So what I'd like to do in this video is share with you some natural and simple ways that you can keep your teeth and gums very happy and healthy. These are things that I've been doing myself and things that I've been experimenting with, over the last few years. And really, ever since I just really came aware of and discovered all of the weird stuff that's in most cosmetic products, whether that be toothpaste or things that you put on your skin or on your hair. So, I sought out, okay, what are more, natural or more like kind of pure things that aren't necessarily going to be toxic to my body. And that's not really the scope or the context of this video. So if you're unaware of what I just said, just Google around and start to read about these various chemicals and weird things that are in our products. You'll see what I'm saying. So first and foremost, we need a toothbrush. So here I have two toothbrushes. One is just a regular one that's like made from recycled material that I got at the store. The other is made from some sort of wood, which can't remember what it is, and then the bristles are actually made from boar hair, I think is what it was. Some sort of natural bristle, we should say. So one side is this is recycled, but it's also plastic. And if you're aware of, the negative benefits of having a lot of plastics in our body and how it disrupts our endocrine system, you might not really want to use a bunch of plastic and rub that into your teeth and gums. So one option would just be this natural toothbrush. And again, I'll post links and resources below for all the things that I'll talk about, so you can just check those out if you're interested in them. Now the pros of this one, it lasts a while and it's made from recycled material. The pros of this one, it's made from natural materials, doesn't contain plastic. But the con is that, as you can see, it kind of falls apart. So the little hairs come out and they get stuck in your teeth and you pull them out, and they don't really last that long. So, either way, I'm not saying you should freak out and throw out your toothbrush and buy this natural. I'm just saying if you've never heard of it and it's something you're interested in, this is something I've used. It works pretty well. The only downside is I think it's like $8 or $9 for a toothbrush, and it kind of falls apart over time. So, second thing, which is really, really important in almost more important than brushing your teeth, and it's something that if you haven't used it before, will probably really change your life. That is, of course, a tongue scraper. Now, this is really useful for getting all of the funk off of your tongue first thing in the morning, all the bacteria and weird saliva that's just been hanging out in your mouth. And it's really good for, keeping your breath fresh, keeping your tongue and your taste buds fresh as well. And something that once you start doing it, you'll probably never want to stop, because once you experience the differences, you're like, how did I live without this for so long? So that's another thing, and these are really, really inexpensive and, last a long time, really easy to use. So there's that. The next thing, and kind of the third component of the overall strategy, which for me has been really helpful and it's really helped to regrow my gums and have my teeth feeling a lot healthier. This is something I just got turned on to recently, which maybe you can see it. It's essential oxygen, there we go, brushing rinse. So basically what this is hydrogen peroxide with aloe and then some essential oils. So basically what you do with this is you can actually use it as toothpaste or just as a mouthwash, either one, or both actually. So what happens, especially first thing in the morning when you use this, your mouth just foams up because the hydrogen peroxide kills off all the bacteria and all of the junk that really accumulates in your mouth. And if you think, well, when is your breath the absolute worst? Usually first thing in the morning, because you're laying there and your body's detoxifying and doing what it does, and that sometimes just builds up and accumulates in the mouth. So sometimes what people do is just brush their teeth and just throw all that junk back in their mouth and just swallow it or rinse it, or just basically not killing off all the stuff. So what this does is it goes in and just wipes all that stuff out. And you'll feel it. If you just swish with this for like 30 seconds, spit it out, your mouth feels way cleaner. Now, way less plaque, if any. And supposedly, it says it can whiten, which I've only been using it for a couple of days, so can't really say that it does that yet, but we'll see. But if you look up, the benefits of hydrogen peroxide and using it orally, you'll see a little bit more about what I'm saying. So another thing which I've, been using over the last few months that I've really enjoyed is this product called Live from Ascended Health. We can see that, and it's basically um, magnetic healing earth, and then essential oils, minerals, and then a bunch of other things, probiotics, etc., which are good for the gums and teeth. Uh, the pros is that it makes your teeth feel pretty good and it really cleans them. It tastes good. The cons is that it's like this gray clay color and it stains your toothbrush and the sink around it. And it's pretty expensive. I think this jar retails for, off the top of my head, maybe like $70, but it could be 40 to 70 in that range, which either way, for your teeth, can be a little bit of investment, but it's really a good product. But for those of us who would rather just keep it simple and basic, this was maybe $5 on Amazon. This is maybe $5, and you get a toothbrush for a couple dollars, and you have a really solid strategy, which can keep your teeth and gums really healthy and happy and clean, keep your breath clean, keep your mouth fresh, and yeah, it's really a pretty simple strategy, but is devoid and free of fluoride and some of the weird other things which are, for some reason, put into the majority of toothpaste and things that we just put into our body. Which is weird that we would, like, basically what I'm saying is that when you put something obviously in your mouth, it absorbs. Even if you don't swallow it, put something on your skin, it absorbs. So women put on all kinds of makeup made out of who knows what. They're basically eating it because the skin is an organ of absorption. Men putting on like crazy amounts of deodorant with who knows what in it, titanium this and aluminum that and who knows what. It's going right into the bloodstream and it's being eaten and digested. So there's that. So that's the strategy. That's what I'm into. One thing I didn't mention is obviously floss. I've tried some of the quote natural ones, and they usually just kind of like shard off and get stuck between your teeth, and they don't really work as well, and they kind of hurt. So I just use this Johnson & Johnson Reach Total Care, and it gets the job done. And flossing to me is really, really important. For someone who doesn't floss, please do. Because once you do, and once you really start to feel how much better your mouth feels, you'll be hooked on it. So that's it. A good toothbrush, these a recycled one or the natural bristle one, tongue scraper, must have, and then the brushing rinse, the essential oxygen. Pretty solid combination. Something I'll be using probably forever. And so far, so good. It's helping to regrow my gums where I had braces in the past that really jacked everything up. It's definitely growing back, almost fully grown back and healed. So it's definitely doing something good, and hopefully it helps out you as well. So if you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you soon.